I was getting ready to Eastwood with the music stand, by the way. Oh, well. You know, I have more important things to do, though. I could spend hours here just talking about all the things that stand in the way of American possibility. But I'm going to focus on one today. And I'm going to focus on something that is too often invisible, but is one of the greatest detriments to progress in American potential. And it's something that I call the sounds about right syndrome. I know that abbreviates to SARS. But we shouldn't laugh too long, because it's actually a powerful force against where we need to go as a nation. And I'm going to tell you about it. It's very simple. A group of people want to tackle a huge societal problem like education reform, and they pick a solution that sounds about right, end of story. And they fail, because they didn't think about whether it was a proven solution. They didn't think about whether there was any basis for them to invest millions or billions of dollars. And like the real SARS, on the other side of this syndrome is loss and misery because of what could have been. What could have happened if you had directed that resource and time into something that was proven to work. But there's good news, and the good news is that there is a cure to this syndrome. And that cure happens to be the path to unlocking what I consider to be endless potential for the American people. Here's the cure in 3 parts. First is a challenge to all of you, to embrace something that is difficult and very unsexy, but necessary. We have to embrace the scientific method. It forces us to carefully define the problems we want to solve and to test our solutions in a robust way. Second, we have to give Americans more credit. People have so much innate ability to confront the problems that they face in life, but they often just don't have the tools to do it. And when we talk to them about helping them, we too often begin with a question of how broken they are, instead of whether there's a spark inside of them that could be fanned into a flame to move them forward. The third part of the solution, the cure, is to have courage, because when you put those hard truths on the table, the slings and arrows are going to fly from every direction. People on the left are going to say, this business about human capability means you just don't care. People on the right are going to say, well, if people are so capable, then you just don't need to invest. But you have to hold fast to the truth, because there are 70 million Americans who are working and poor and stuck. And many of them would laugh at this whole business of American possibility. Many of them are like my friend Demetra Williams. I met Demetra when she came to my nonprofit EARN, seeking a way to save for herself and for her daughter. EARN believes that big dreams start with small savings. And Demetra came there after a life of great struggle. She is a single mom. She is a woman who has been homeless. She has been hopeless. She has been at the end of her rope. But when she arrived at EARN, she had that spark. She had that spark, and EARN had a proven solution to create prosperity through goal-based savings that let Demetra turn the spark into a flame. And she has become a very successful entrepreneur. She launched a home health care business. She has employed over a dozen women. She paid off her first business loan, got her second. She's on track to gross over $600,000 this year. She's looking for investors, by the way. And her daughter just began her second year at Mount Holyoke. We need to hold fast for people like Demetra. We need to hold fast to the truth, because there are other Americans who do great things for the world. There is an incredible organization called One World Health that develops drugs for millions of kids and adults who suffer from ailments around the world that kill them and create misery. But the ailments aren't big enough for Big Pharma to focus on. When we get possibility right in this country, it's not just One World Health. You could have thousands of organizations like that meet those market gaps. Instead of 70 million Americans who are stuck, you could have 70 million Americans who are finding a way to turn that spark into a flame that drives them and all of us forward. When you get possibility right, our lives can change materially and radically in ways that can be very hard to imagine. But I want you to take a moment to imagine what this country and the world would be like if an entrepreneur came along and took a renewable energy source and turned geopolitics and economics on its head. What would this country be like if someone figured out how to get the poverty rate in America at 15% today to 0 in the next century? What would this country and the world be like if someone figured out a way to get every adult in the United States who could vote to vote? I am here today because I believe this country can reach these heights. I believe that we are still on a journey to our greatest self as a nation. If you share this belief, I want you to come and find me because we have a lot of work to do and I could use your help. Thank you.